Coming to you from the Jojatorium, it is Decaying with the Boys. It's our first episode, call it a pilot, call whatever you want, but it's Matt, Adam, and Josh here to talk about anything we want to, and nothing's really off limits. But we don't really have sponsors because we're brand new and we probably aren't good at this, but I want to give a shout out to First Sip Brew Box. It's a monthly subscription where you get some of the coolest beer swag, ranging from apparel to stickers to bar snacks. Head on over to firstsipbrewbox.com or at First Sip Brewbox on Instagram for more details. I was going to be totally serious at the beginning of this, but I'm trying to get through the idea here that Adam is drinking coffee, I'm drinking carbonated water because I'm fancy, and then Josh pours a beer, and it's like what, like 11 a.m.?
Oh, earlier.
Well, yeah, I know you poured it early, but you're trying to drink it now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
For me to be good, I got to get it.
Oh, this is like your darts theory too? Like you can only be drunk to be good? Okay, that's
Pool,
good.
Darts, bowling, life.
I can attest to bowling.
Yeah, bowling for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen you do some crazy stuff during bowling too. That's something we might talk about later, but
Yeah.
So we are three friends. We've known each other now through 2 decades, and I'm glad to call these guys my best friends and my brothers. And with our first episode here, we really want to get across why we're doing this and who we are. I'm lucky enough to know Adam when we went to Waynesburg together. I met him up at the rec hall, and we played ping pong endlessly together. Highs and lows together. He moved away for a while, came back, and still wanted to hang out with me, which was cool because I'm kind of a nerd, so he still wants to pick me up. It's awesome. Just knowing that we've crafted quite a friendship, and now we're making beer together, and we're bringing it to the masses, and people are so happy to try the stuff that we put our hands on. So I couldn't be happier with that.
Thanks, man.
So ping pong, huh?
Lots of ping pong.
So yeah, lots of ping pong.
And ding dang?
No.
Okay.
Waynesburg.
Oh.
But yeah, I met Matt in college. And not too long after that is when I met Josh and brought him into this triumvirate we got here. And I met him. Well, I went to high school with Josh, but didn't meet him until after we graduated. And close to when I graduated college, actually, probably about a year before. But we've been tight. We both moved away. I moved to D.C., and he decided to be real fancy and move to San Diego and then go on multiple tours of duty with the Navy.
Never went to San Diego.
I thought you were in San Diego.
Who's drinking beer?
I was in South Carolina. And then Virginia Beach.
You never went West Coast?
I deployed out of San Diego, but I was never stationed there.
Cut this part.
We're supposed to be really good friends.
Cut this part.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm trying
I was
to.
in San Diego maybe a week.
It was when that helicopter crashed, though.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I remember that.
I was actually on the boat for that.
Points in time.
Yep,
That's all
there we go.
need.
So anyway, I'm trying to talk here, but I'm getting real distracted looking at Josh's big dick.
I wish.
Oh, God.
I'm hung like a Tic Tac. I'll freshen your breath.
But anyway, Josh just moved back from Virginia, and I'm back in Pittsburgh, and Matt was here.
Yeah, I never left.
And yeah, I started homebrewing when I was away and brought it back to Pittsburgh with me and increased the size of it and the scale of it and the scope of it. And now we're working on it together, and we have a lot of common interests. So we decided to start this podcast. In my opinion, that's how we got rolling. It was just a one time, hey, what if we do this? And here we are.
And also, let's not forego all the conversations we would have over the pandemic on Zoom, on Facebook, Messenger, and everything. We would just get lost in riffing with each other for hours. So yeah.
The alcohol definitely helped with that.
Most certainly. I think that's why Josh is actually having a beer right now.
Yeah.
Back to the
I was
pool
gonna say,
darts theory.
Why do you think that's here?
Yeah. All right, Big Papa.
Hey. All right. So I'm Josh. As Adam said, I met him 2007 through a relationship that he had at the time. We just clicked, had common interests, and just started hanging out from there. I met Matt a couple years later. Again, common interests. We clicked. We've got the same personality going, and we just get along. Yeah, I moved away. I was gone for like 12 years.
A week of that was in San Diego.
A week of it.
1 week.
Definitely.
And then 9 months overseas because I was in the Navy.
Still counts as San Diego.
Okay, well, all right. So 9 months of my life I lived in San Diego.
Yeah,
Deployed out of
totally.
San Diego,
Deployed out of San Diego.
But I just moved back a couple months ago. Started getting my hands into the brewing process with these guys. They started talking about the podcast, and I'm just here for fun.
And that's what we're really all about too, is we don't ever want to be too serious. We just want to talk about things that we love. And we talked about being nerds and having common interests. And I just want to know, and I don't know of Josh, because Josh is notorious for not doing any research or watching anything that we talk about.
Fair.
Did anybody see Kyle O'Reilly get a quote-unquote injury on NXT this past Wednesday?
Yes, I did. Well, and I saw the turn on Sunday
Yeah.
when Cole turned on the rest of the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah.
turn, but I didn't know about the injury.
Yeah.
So fascinating, because I was actually a mark, 1,000% a mark when this happened. The first reports were he took a brain buster on the steel steps from Adam Cole, which this is the best heel turn in a faction I've seen in forever. So to see him throw a brain buster on Kyle O'Reilly, and then it looks like he had either been knocked out or through a seizure fit. So it was nuts. The funny thing, though, as funny as seizures can be, is that Adam Cole never broke character. So there was all these ideas that it was like, it's planned, but everyone was losing their mind about this thing. And then, like, you see all these pictures, and then you come to find out that Kyle O'Reilly is just a really fucking good actor. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this whole turn for me is awesome because those are two of my favorite guys in the whole industry right now. And Adam Cole's so good on the mic, and Kyle O'Reilly has been a consummate bestseller of fucking strikes, of anything.
Well, clearly he sold a seizure.
Yeah, I mean, but his, like, if he gets a big right hand, his crumple physics on the knockout are like perfect. It's like you're watching an MMA fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
Word of the day, crumple physics.
Crumple physics.
crumple physics are important.
Josh, so you don't know anything about what happened, which is great. So what's your take on?
So yeah, I read
Yeah.
the daily type things.
Mhm.
I'll catch an episode here and there.
Yeah.
From what
He's like-
I'm seeing,
He's like Roddy Strong caught in the middle right now.
yeah, exactly.
What do I do?
No, so like I said, I saw the heel turn, I saw the super kick, and I was kind of surprised by it. But I also didn't know that Finn Balor was working that closely with Undisputed Era.
Mhm.
So now I'm questioning Adam Cole out for Finn Balor.
Which is a great idea. But the other thing, too, that I'm reading about everywhere is that Finn Balor's angle on NXT was supposed to be super short. He was supposed to come in, dominate, leave, not to quote whatever the hell Roman Reigns is doing right now, but come in, do what you need to do, win everything, and get the hell out.
Sit at the head of the table.
Sit at the head of the table.
Speaking of Reigns, you brought him in.
Yeah,
Did you-
unfortunately.
I mean, yeah. Did you see Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack?
No, I did. See, I don't watch Talking Smack.
I don't either, but I read.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. So Paul Heyman is one of the anchors of Talking Smack, apparently.
Yeah.
And he was still in character talking shit to Heyman, like, "Oh, you got Reigns that Brock Lesnar contract,
Oh, okay.
where you barely have to fucking fight anymore."
Yeah, you just show up quarter time. It's
Yeah.
quarter time. Yeah.
He doesn't even wrestle. And this was because the whole Cesaro angle that I heard, Cesaro should be joining the table, I guess.
That
Falling under Heyman again.
would be awesome.
It would. I'd love to see Cesaro get the push he deserves. He's a great wrestler.
I think he needs a singles push because
Yeah.
he gets tangled up in all these tag teams. He was with Sheamus. He carried Sheamus forever. Not denigrating Sheamus whatsoever. He's a great wrestler. But
Oh, no.
Cesaro's top tier.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And then from there he went in with Nakamura, which neither of those men should have been in a tag team.
Absolutely not. The Master of Strong Style needed a better run on SmackDown. Didn't get it. Cesaro needed a better run on the platform in general, and he didn't get it. And so then, of course, all the AEW fanboys, I am one of them, come running from the woods with their mom's spaghetti still on their shirt saying, "Why didn't Cesaro come into AEW? This is bullshit."
We got Slim Shady.
Yeah.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. You got nervous. It's mom spaghetti. And you want someone like Cesaro to come over, but you know what? There's too much money. Vince has too much money, despite the fact he won't pay everybody because he's a dick sometimes. But he has too much money. Tony Khan has money, but not enough to spread around to get talent like Nakamura or Cesaro away from their big contracts.
True.
Yeah. Speaking of AEW, speaking of injuries, speaking of icons, Sting took his first bump since 2015 when the Monday Night Messiah broke his freaking neck.
Friday Night Messiah, sir.
Now it's Friday Night Messiah. You know what? It's Seth Rollins.
It's a douchebag.
Yeah,
I hated him since he got with Becky Lynch. Let's be honest.
I miss the show.
That's jealousy.
But
It is 1,000% jealousy. Becky is my boo.
Josh, I don't want to do this to you, but
I'm never getting there.
I wasn't even gonna say that. I wasn't even gonna say that.
Okay.
I was gonna say Seth Rollins would never let you get there. I don't want to say that you don't have a chance.
No,
I'm
I
not
don't.
saying that Seth Rollins.
I
is there
don't.
To stop
I understand
you.
that about myself.
Stop. Seth Rollins is there to stop you, not you stopping yourself.
Him
Have
and
some
his
confidence.
really, really sweaty-looking leather suit. I don't know what the fuck that was.
How does he do that?
That's what it was. Cesaro isn't going to Reigns. Cesaro is supposed to be falling under Seth.
See, if you did a
That's
little
what it
research,
was.
you would have this.
That's
shit.
what it
Well,
was.
this is great. I'm glad that we're staying on track with our research. Josh, thank you so much.
Hey, I'm putting new things to the table, sir.
You are.
Anyway, we talked too much about Seth Rollins. Back to Sting.
So Sting took a power bomb from the machine, Brian Cage, which I don't want to say that nicknames are terrible, but I think Brian Cage could have a million other cool nicknames. But I just like hearing Taz say the machine because he has a lisp a little bit, and that makes me giggle.
That's
But
just his Bronx coming out.
yeah, did you know everyone always thought that he was like way younger than he was? That dude was wrestling. He was like in his 60s wrestling for ECW.
Kind of like the modern day Sting.
Sting is 62, and he looks all of 62.
100%.
And when he took that power bomb, he looked fucking 82. Yeah. He looked up at the camera that Tony Khan masterfully put all the way up in the rafters, and it looked like if you ever watch someone get drunk for the first time, and you're like, "You okay, bro?" and they're just staring a hole through your head.
He was so happy to still feel his toes. That's the
Absolutely.
look in his face.
Yeah, and I think it really goes to like. First and foremost, Sting's an icon, and I we poke fun, but he's one of the guys that really brought me into loving wrestling more than I already did. And then to see him take a bump, I held my breath. He's okay. But then it makes you think about the genius behind all the writing because they're going to put him in a street fight. There's no big bumps in street fights. Street fights are you get hit with breakable objects that are pre-measured so you don't get hurt. And it looks like he's just going to like really shine in this because he already brings a freaking baseball bat to every match.
Yeah, and that's going to be at a pay-per-view or one of the special Dynamites or whatever. So I think it's going to be a theatrical match. I think they're going to do it like,
Go and Taker
yeah,
on it?
like Matt Hardy,
Yeah.
Or like the Taker match or like some of the terrible Fiend matches.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's going to be a theatrical match so he can actually quote unquote take bumps without actually bumping. Like they could even have a stunt double when they're taking them if they needed to.
Which is awesome because it's going to be really easy too because Sting has worn the same thing. Remember when all those Stings came out in WCW and you didn't really know which one was the real one? You could do that.
It was the one without the mask.
No, he had a mask on. Then he took the mask off. Oh, it's Sting!
To reveal he was hiding nothing the whole time.
Nothing at all. It's like, mask, no mask. Face paint, no face paint. Oh, no, still face paint.
I want him to come back as Surfer Sting so bad.
Oh, yeah, dude.
TNA did something when Sting was there about
Yes.
that. They brought out Sting through the years.
Yup.
And then you had somebody come out as Stinger.
Oh yeah, it was Mr. Kennedy
Yeah.
played Surfer Sting on TV.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm sure I'm like one of 30 people that actually watched that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember that.
would
And he
say-
looked
Well, I'm
pretty
with you
legit.
because I watched it.
Yeah.
I just
Pretty
didn't know
legit.
that was.
Dude, Mr. Kennedy was such a good wrestler.
I mean, he was Mr. Anderson, I guess.
Anderson.
But whatever. And now he's a fucking Schlub.
Yeah, he just like gave up. Well, no, doesn't he coach somewhere now?
Last I saw,
High
he was
school
on
wrestling.
that NWA Power with 3 R's on YouTube.
Nice.
But since COVID,
Triple R rated.
Since COVID, I don't think they've recorded anything, and that's why you see some of the NWA champs
Crossing
over
over.
on AEW now. Yeah.
And that's wonderful that you actually said it. So like we're seeing the forbidden door be open.
I fucking hate that term.
It's
so nerdy. It's like, oh, let me get my 20-sided die. And
Hey man,
roll it.
Brandon Cutler's a good wrestler, man. He
No, he's
dominates
not.
AEW dark.
He's not even a good cameraman on Being the Elite.
He's not. He's awful.
Yeah, but he's got that crumple physics.
But
No, he doesn't.
I tell you what though, I think it's kind of fun because him and Peter Avalon and Nakazawa, they're all writers. They actually contribute to the writing in the back, which you can tell because like it's smart writing. It's not over people's heads, but they do long burns. And what I like to see here, to see how they work into all the crossovers, because right now you're looking at like, Impact was on AEW. AEW is in New Japan. New Japan's going over to Impact. You have all these people coming through, and then you have like Tama Tonga talking shit on Twitter.
I want him to show up somewhere so bad.
Yeah, and to see him come through, it's going to be amazing. So I want to know if you guys could pick one current wrestler to bring from another promotion, I don't care what it is, and bring them into AEW for the Forbidden Door fights, who would it be?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll totally
While
go
I think
first.
about it. Can they be from WWE?
They can be
NXT?
from anywhere.
Okay.
That's the beautiful thing about this.
Okay.
This is a podcast, so we can say whatever the hell we want. From out of nowhere. So if I could bring someone, if I could tap a person and bring them over, I would absolutely love to bring Sasha Banks over from the women's division and bring her over from WWE and bring her over to the AEW women's division, because I think that right now with the women's tournaments going on, you're bringing all the Japanese talent over, and you have a lot of the people from former rosters coming, like Rio, she's coming back. If you injected someone like Sasha Banks who can work every angle, babyface, heel, title holder, you could really inject some life into that women's division that's kind of suffered a little bit. But I'd love to see her really get in there with the likes of like Britt Baker. That'd be phenomenal. Or you'd see like Nyla Jax is also, or Nyla Rose. I apologize. Nyla
I was
Rose.
gonna say don't.
No, my hole.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
No. Seeing her with Nyla Rose, that would be cool too, because I think Nyla Rose has a great power game, and I think that Sasha Banks has a great finesse game. It'd be cool to see them lock horns.
So I mean, we've talked about that in the past, that the struggle with AEW honestly is the women's division.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it with the crossovers. Like, I don't know who's coming over, but I know that in the past, the fact that you just keep having, is it Io Shirai
Yeah.
versus Nyla Rose, like that was a constant.
No, Io's on NXT.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's,
who's the
You're talking about on AEW?
AEW's
Oh,
women's?
Rio. Well, no, you have the Hikaru Shida. She's the,
That one,
yeah.
yeah.
See, now this is where you get playfully racist, because
That's fine.
you keep confusing all the Asian people.
I mean the two, not all of them, but the two. Yeah,
Let's see if
there's more than two Asian people.
At least they're both champions.
See,
There you go. Okay, my bad.
But anyway,
Continue.
Matt, your pick surprises me, but it's really smart pick. Like that, that's where they need help. And that, I mean, yeah, a woman like Sasha Banks coming in would inject some talent and some name recognition to that division.
Yeah.
And hopefully elevate it.
Mm-hmm.
My answer is the markiest answer of all, and it's CM Punk.
Yeah.
Bring in a free agent. I'm just going to say that and like have him fight some young guys. But my real answer for somebody who will probably, who is active and will probably stay active for quite a while, is Bray Wyatt. I would like to see him get out from under that WWE creative.
Yeah.
And to somebody that will kind of let him write himself and just see what he can do. Just let the man be a creative and let him be as extreme as he wants to be with like these horror gimmicks and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think he could do some amazing
Could
shit.
you imagine the pop if he somehow showed up at the end of like a Dark Order match and then he systematically picked off all the Dark Order members? Like just horror movie style? Man, I'd buy that.
Yeah.
See, I would have him come out and lead the Dark Order.
No, you can't. You can't do. You could have done that from the beginning, but not now. I mean, Dark Order is now like completely face turned.
Yeah, you can't.
See, I didn't know. I knew that they were trying to get Hangman.
Yeah.
And Hangman was like, I don't do groups anymore.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the last that I followed the Dark Order to.
Well, I think right now it would be kind of fun to see Hangman Adam Page be at the lead of the Dark Order to a certain degree. But for me, being a mark as I am, Brody Lee's always going to be the leader of the Dark Order, no matter what. So I think too, Tony Khan is very smart, and he won't let creative write somebody else into that because he'll lose viewership.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I bought 3 Brody Lee shirts when he died because I knew that all the money was going to his family.
Yeah.
And I would be pissed as a guy who watches AEW religiously. I would be fucking livid that he did that, but I digress. I'm waiting for your answer, man. Who's the crossover of your dreams?
By the way, while he thinks about it, did you watch AEW this week?
I did.
And basically, -1 was leading the Dark Order. I kind of like
phenomenal. Just waving them all and crossing his arms like you're gonna get it, bitch.
Yeah, he's just kind of like Shredder sending in the foot soldiers.
So I do like that the Dark Order is still playing with the whole Brody Jr. thing.
Yeah,
like they're keeping the memory of Brody Lee by letting his family basically be a part of it.
Yeah.
Which I think is respectful and cool as shit on AEW's part.
Yeah, I'd agree with that 100%, man. Because the other thing too is that -1 has a legitimate contract.
Yeah.
He makes money for the family, and it's incredible. You keep shaking your head at that can. You hate that, don't you?
It tastes like fucking garbage.
You know,
it's not a beer, by the way, everybody. It's a Starbucks triple shot energy that was called Dark Roast, but there is so much goddamn sugar in it, I can barely drink it.
You know what is dark? This nice War on the Shore.
Do you know what's
dark and stormy inspired?
Do you know
oh my god!
Do you know what's silent? Your choice in this question from 12 minutes ago.
Okay, so I mean it's tough because I don't really have a dream crossover, but what I'd like to see, and I've said this in the past, is I want to see Adam Cole move over to AEW full time.
Who? What? Wait. You want to see Adam Cole go to AEW full time?
Full time
from NXT?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he's
got
got
him and Britt to be together.
Yeah,
well,
dude,
so that would be kind of cool.
He's got the connections.
He does.
So I think it would make sense for the move, and I think that he automatically elevates the title picture.
Yeah. You know what? That's actually legitimately one of the best choices, and I can't believe I didn't even think about that, because right now when you look at the AEW champion, even the TNT championship, I like Darby Allin. I don't love Darby Allin. I think that he's a good wrestler, man, and he brings that little dude energy to everything, and I enjoy that. But man, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I miss Cody Rhodes as the TNT champion, and you know, I would love, playing off of what you're saying, somehow Cody Rhodes wins this, you know, the Revolution ladder match. Who's the face of the Revolution? And then Adam Cole's music hits right at the end of it. Comes out, super kick, challenge, boom.
See, as far as Cody is,
Yeah.
I would rather see, I know you're both gonna hit me. for
Probably.
this. Yeah. I want to see Cody and Triple H. Just to get that relationship.
That was a verbal punch in the
Because
face.
I want the relationship between AEW and WWE. Like, I want that.
I don't until Vince is out of the picture.
Yeah, I was gonna
Vince
say.
has too much control over everything. I get it. It's his company.
Right.
But once you hit that senile spot,
He's already there.
I know. Once you hit that senile spot, which was years ago.
Yes.
Let's take some of that control back from him.
I agree. Maybe like a one-time thing, but like I don't want AEW to ever fall under that umbrella because they both need competition.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying make it a mainstay.
Yeah.
I want that door to be open though.
The forbidden door.
Yeah. I want that.
I'm about to grab my forbidden shotgun and put it in my very known mouth.
But when
would you load it with bullets from NXT and AEW?
My God. I'm taking Excalibur out first. I can't stand that.
But I mean, when AEW started, the whole Cody with the sledgehammer busting the throne,
it was beautiful.
It was. I want to see. I understand Trips is older now. I want to see him be able to.
I like that you call him Trips. You guys hang out on the weekends?
Yeah. You didn't know? I fly up to Greenwich all the time.
Trips is looking old for the first time in his career.
Yeah.
When he had
That's
that
true.
impromptu match with Orton the other week.
Yeah. Wow. But I tell you what, though, dude still acts.
I mean, God,
yeah.
he was still in there.
Great
but
actor.
just his
Alexa Bliss came out to save him, though.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure
With
he
that
has
fireball to
I'm
the
sure.
face.
I mean, of course, he wasn't in ring shape because it was like end of the road. But that man's been in like peak physical condition his whole career.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just this time, you could see like a little. I mean, it's coming from a fucking fat ass, but he was a little flabby for the first time ever, and it was just weird to see. I mean, not critiquing the guy, he still looked better than
Me.
I looked
Yeah.
at 25. Like,
Yeah.
so.
At my best, he probably bench pressed me
Yeah.
when I was in my best shape.
But it was just weird seeing him in that. It was like he looked vulnerable, I guess.
That
It was like seeing bald Shawn Michaels do a moonsault. Like that. I was like, oh, God.
Which,
here it goes.
but look, he was still better than Goldberg Taker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
In
hands
Saudi
down.
Arabia.
Anything Goldberg in the modern 2010s, and I know that people are like, there are people who hate my opinion on this. I can't do it. I can't watch Goldberg wrestle legends or new people or anything because it's going to be a Barry match or it's just not going to be good, and it's really going to frustrate me to see that the whole thing is just continuing to be an issue with bringing him in and forcing him on us. I want to see him have a good match. I do. I want to see a good Goldberg match, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you're not going to.
The best part of a Goldberg match, besides the end,
Oh,
is
really?
that they're never longer than 5 minutes.
That's
the
true.
entrances are always longer than the match.
Yeah.
So thank God it's just not a waste of time.
So,
It's a waste of talent, but it's not a waste of
Yeah.
time.
on the Goldberg topic, you know the Rumble,
Yeah.
how we had that game going on.
Yes.
So what you're saying about Goldberg, we specifically pulled
Yeah.
him out
Yeah.
because for our one drink challenge, it was
Yeah.
a botch.
Yeah.
But we pulled Goldberg
Where's Matt
out
Sydal when you need him?
and said Goldberg botch, 3 drinks.
Wow. That you're gonna die.
Plus we did spear
Yeah.
and finisher.
Trying to fucking die?
The first match we went through a can and a half.
Yeah, I was already say
Easy.
you're not gonna make it out.
Just
alive.
having Spear as a drinking game for Rumble, you had Reigns, Edge, Goldberg, and Charlotte Flair all fighting on that card.
Jeez.
Yeah. So there were a lot of fucking Spears going.
Oh yeah. And but
Some new finishers need to be invented.
that
Yeah.
Goldberg McIntyre match, it was spear, Claymore, spear, Claymore. I think there was a botch in there,
Whoa.
and then another spear.
It actually kind of like a drum beat like that, like boots and pants and boots and pants, and spears and claymore, spears and claymore, spears and claymore, spears and claymore, and it just never ended until there were 2 claymores in a row, and then that's it, because that's how you have to wrestle Goldberg. You have to. It's finisher mania, and
Yeah,
hopefully it
You
pops.
can't.
Yeah,
punch
just
him
2
or
hits the
anything.
last one.
Right. So
Going back to the Spear real quick.
Yeah.
Since we already talked about how they're fixing Roman Reigns, the heel turn's great, Paul Heyman's great.
Yeah.
He needs a new finisher.
Yeah.
He needs new entrance music and he needs a new finisher. And
He said for
then he'll be
weeks.
complete. He's already got new teeth too.
Yeah, which
look
look great.
Like, oh, he looked like a chuckle fucker.
they look
first.
great.
But he
man.
looks good now.
I love
Yeah.
him. It's something for me. I don't know what it is.
Chuckle fuck.
Straight new teeth just get me all excited.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
that's my thing. I don't know, like get them fixed. Remember when Drama got his teeth fixed on Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory?
Yeah, I didn't even know he had teeth before that.
Yeah, man dime is what he called himself.
Yeah.
Got the extensions in his hair, got his teeth fixed. You know what? He was a man dime. Roman Reigns, he's a man dime now, and I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah, Drama could have joined Asking Alexandria right off the bat.
Good
Man
Lord. Bird. So, trying to go more into what Josh doesn't do any research for.
That's me.
Yeah, we all kind of like had this moment where we text each other like, "Did you watch this Netflix documentary, Hotel Cecil?" And Adam and I are going, "This is incredible. It's amazing." And Josh is like, I don't know. And then
Wait, it's Cecil?
yeah, it's Cecil.
That's the Washington County coming out of me because I call
No,
it Cecil.
it's
Well,
Cecil. I call it Cecil too.
it can be both. It can be either. I mean, it's
Okay.
it's tomato.
It's off of
tomatoes.
Skid Row in LA, so it's trash. So you can call it whatever.
Yeah, you call it whatever the
So
fuck you
Cecil.
want.
Yeah.
Well, let's not get too far in the weeds here too, because if you really look at it, they split the damn hotel into 2 different things. It was Stay on Main for one point, and the Hotel Cecil or Cecil, depending on what you want to say. But the biggest thing for me is that this is one of the true crime things that I didn't really follow all the way through. So I didn't know the ending when I started watching it. So I was legitimately captivated by what was going on. And it was kind of cool to see how doctored the elevator footage was. And you know what I'm talking about with that, right, Josh? The viral video footage of the Asian woman who's like kind of freaking out in the elevator. She goes out in the elevator, moves very rapidly, comes back in, leaves, and is never seen again. That's
the only elevator
That would have been a three minutes of research he would have to do.
That would be
He
it.
definitely didn't do it.
the only elevator footage I know of is Ray Rice dragging his wife.
Stop it. Stop it.
That wasn't haunting or doctored.
that was fucking legit, and that was painful.
Yeah, that's what I know. So
All right, so let me walk you through.
That was
this.
a nicer hotel.
I do know.
Yeah, it was, man. Beautiful.
I do
hotel.
know that there was an Asian woman from Toronto.
Yeah. Okay.
That I know that much.
Perfect.
And you're-
That's where I got
And you're almost correct. She was from Vancouver, though.
Canada. Same thing.
Oh my god. I was trying to give him a win.
I think he was just surprised that Asian people can live in Canada.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know there's actually Asian people that live in like Mexico and they can speak full Spanish?
Also known as Spanish people.
Yeah, I know.
I'd love to eat at that fusion restaurant.
That would be delicious, right? My God. Also, let's not, from a fat guy perspective, I don't care what anyone says about my food choices or what I want to eat or what I want to drink. If I want to go have Mexican food and you say I'm culturally appropriating, have you ever thought of a life without tacos? Think about it.
I'll
But anyway-
appropriate that shit all day.
I'll appropriate all day. I love burritos. But, Josh, how this works
Elevator
here.
footage.
Elevator footage. She's on the elevator. She's kind of freaking out. She's touching all the buttons, and looks like she's talking to somebody. She's waving frantically. She goes back in. Looks like she's hiding from somebody. Gets back out. Goes to the left. Disappears forever. Or so we thought. So whenever the
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, dun, dun, dun. When the documentary starts going, we start to see that the cops have no idea how to investigate a disappearance in a single building, which was comical, because there's so many clues that the most glaring one to me is that she didn't fucking leave the hotel. That's it.
Hey,
Like-
it's just the LAPD living up to their expectations.
oh my god. Yeah. So
That's true.
The best part about this, other than there's surveillance footage of the whole hotel, and they never see her leave. They only see her come in, and they only see her leave the elevator. They do check the roof with a dog, and the dog hits on scents on multiple occasions, but they're never like, we should keep looking for hidden stuff. And they just said, nah, maybe it's one of these vagabonds on Skid Row that gave her acid and she freaked out. Maybe she's skinless somewhere, and that's what they were kind of going on.
Yeah, and I think they just assumed when the dog hit on the roof and nobody jumped off that roof that week that, well, she was up. Maybe she was up here and went back in. Like, I don't know what they would have thought. I mean, I guess we haven't said it yet. To check where she ended up,
Yeah.
would have been, I don't know, wouldn't have been top of mind. But I guess if it's a missing person, you would look at everything. I
Well,
guess.
my thing right now is that, Josh, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If I put you in a single room and told you that I hid a tennis ball in this room, okay? And there's a single box in the far left corner of this room, and there's nothing else in that room, where do you think the tennis ball is?
The ceiling.
You would be the LAPD. It's in the box. So when you go on the roof and you look, there are no hiding places. There's only one place that she could be. In the water tanks, becoming human slurry. All the denizens of this hotel and all the people who bought their high-priced stay on Main, they got to drink a milkshake made from a decomposition. I can't even say the word. Decomposed
Elisa
Asian
Lam.
woman.
Yeah.
A decaying woman, if you will.
Ooh, you said part of our name.
Hey, tie-in.
She was decaying for the tenants and their hydration. Well, I guess maybe out of the three of us, then I was the most familiar with this case. I followed it, having a desk job for 13 years. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of it's true crime and mystery and stuff like that. So the Elisa Lam stuff, I was kind of like one of the dweebs they interviewed on there that were doing like their own investigation. I watched all the I saw so many YouTubers on there that I recognized because I was just as captivated by this as they were. Besides trying to be law enforcement, because I'm not an idiot. But yeah, so when I saw Netflix was tackling the Hotel Cecil,
or Cecil, if you will.
I was very impressed because not only the Elisa, I just followed the hotel, all the Ramirez stuff and the old European dude that was strangling women in there. I knew all that. I think maybe last podcast covered it in one of their shows or something.
I think they touched on it when they talked about Richard Ramirez.
Yeah. So I was familiar and I've watched numerous videos on it, but the best one was the Netflix documentary. And I liked that they turned it on the YouTubers at the end saying they shouldn't have freaking gotten involved or anything.
Yeah.
But the two biggest takeaways from it, and my two favorite parts for the totally wrong reasons, were the foreign couple that they interviewed that were fucking morons because they were like, oh, the water smells bad and it looks weird. And guess what? It tasted bad. Yeah. We just kept using it.
Yeah.
And then the woman's like, I think I'm traumatized. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You brushed your teeth with it for a week.
Yeah.
You idiot.
You brushed your teeth with dead skin cells. I don't know about anybody else, but if it smells bad, looks bad, and tastes bad, I'm only trying it once.
I'm not drinking it. Yeah.
I'm going to try it once.
Yeah. I mean, a little discolored
You'll
water.
try
Maybe
anything
they accidentally hooked champagne up to
That's
it.
the Green County in me. I'll drink discolored water.
I mean, we have for our whole lives.
Yeah. We're close to Flint.
And then the second thing, just because I already knew where Elisa was poor Morbid getting blamed for everything.
Yeah.
Dressing like Sting and getting all the blame for just being a death metal guy staying in a hotel. Yeah, and he just wrote a song about killing women. I mean, everybody does.
Yeah, it's if you listen to death metal, have you listened to music in general?
Yeah.
There's worse shit out there right now.
And he would have been a huge metal star if it weren't for them meddling YouTubers.
Oh, how dare you get involved in our business?
I mean, his music sounded terrible, but I did kind of feel bad for the guy.
Right. Just trying to be an artist.
Yeah.
And this whole documentary just makes you an asshole.
I can't critique anybody too hard for trying to be genuinely creative about anything. No. I mean, his videos look pretty freaking cool for being an indie artist.
So, to be fair, you guys hit me up with a list of stuff yesterday.
No.
That's when I heard about
yesterday?
the documentary.
Nobody gave you homework to do it.
I get it.
He literally just said, "Who watched this?"
I get it, and so that's when I was like, "Okay, well, I'll try to get in."
You were never going to watch it, by the way, because it was 4 hours.
That's what I say, man.
No, I could have.
No, you could have, but you weren't going to.
I started it, and then I got that "you up" kind of text.
Which is funny because it's not from anybody who actually wants to see if you're up for anything other than Call of Duty.
Yeah, it was hey, you on? From Adam. I was like, I mean, I can be.
Well, if you said, I want to watch the Hotel Cecil,
I was just watching TV.
I would have literally just sent back, well, I got you covered.
Well, no. To be fair, I was like, okay, because you said you're going to hop off for a while. I was like, all right, cool. I'll probably catch back in. I'll watch the first 3 episodes, maybe skip the 3rd episode, watch the 4th episode.
There's only 4 episodes.
I know. I knew it was 4 hours. So in my mind, mentally, I was like, I'll play for a little bit.
And honestly,
probably get...
You don't need the 4th episode.
The 4th one is pretty scary.
I was probably going to get 2, maybe 3 of the episodes in. And then we just...
In my opinion, the 2nd episode was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to see the first one to get the...
Yeah. I was halfway through the first one.
I enjoyed the 3rd
I would still
episode.
watch it.
I mean, I will. I will. After this discussion, it's...
I think it's... I'm not going to sit here and say it's required watching, but all I'm going to say is I think Netflix does a great job with bringing these true crime situations to a more digestible format. Because usually if you watch like A&E or like Nat Geo and all these things, like they have the same British dude go, and this is when it went bad. And then they just keep doing that, and it's always the same thing. Things
always
went well
goes bad.
Until it didn't. But I think Netflix does a great job here. It feels more like you feel surprised when you watch it sometimes, which is really cool, and that's why I dig it.
I think some of their true crime stuff falls into that. It just depends on the narrator.
Yeah.
But on the whole, my whole...
my hole!
Netflix
need
does
a
the
soundbite.
Netflix does the best I those true crime things.
Yeah.
Like they did I think it was called The Staircase.
Yeah.
They did the Night Stalker one they just did was phenomenal in this Hotel Cecil. And I'm sure there's
countless.
I'm sure
others.
there's at least a dozen others I'm not thinking of.
Even outside of the true crime docs, I've liked how Netflix has become their own
Production company.
Production company, because they put out a lot of good things.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
That I would probably watch on cable.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
because Netflix is putting these out,
I don't need cable.
I don't fucking need cable.
Yeah.
I haven't paid for cable for 7-8 years now.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn penguins.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I have cable.
I pay the one-time fee every year to watch just them on NHL TV. I will not give Comcast or AT&T Sports any of my money.
VPN, yeah.
Well, yeah, I got my.
When I was living in Virginia, same thing. I did all teams because I would still watch
the
other
whole.
games,
Yeah. But going back to the all the true crime and everything. You have. I think every single one of these things do something fantastic where they leave one episode of this for conspiracy theories. Mm-hmm. And that's why I like the third episode almost as much as like the second episode, because they were just like, all right, you crazy internet jamokes, what did you find? And they're like, the elevator's rigged and there's somebody there. Did you see his shoe? Did you see that this timestamp is all fucked up? And it was just kind of cool to watch it all. But I just thought, like, I hope that the family got closure when they found the body.
Yeah.
I mean, how she got up there, I think, is still a complete mystery.
Oh, they actually found the body?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you miss the last
in the water
10
tank
minutes?
on the roof?
Yeah, they found.
And she was the slurry.
I thought she was just completely decayed.
Oh no, it was.
I
only-
didn't know.
It was
No,
like
no,
10 days
okay.
later.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Okay.
the connection I was missing.
Woo!
But I mean, I
Bones
think
and all, Josh.
I think for me, I think it all falls on to whether the hatch on the water tank was open or closed.
Yeah.
Because there were conflicting reports on whether it was open or closed. If it was closed, I think there was foul play.
Yeah.
If it was open, then I think she fell in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else to say. And you can't even say that just because it was closed, it didn't mean... Maybe the maintenance guy went up and saw it open and just closed it the next day.
That's
and didn't
true,
even,
too.
like,
Yeah,
look in.
Didn't think
you know
about
what
it,
I mean?
yeah.
So, based off this conversation, I'm assuming that they never caught.
No, it's...
They kind of sealed it up in episode 4 like it was all an accident. And most likely it was an accident. But it's...
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still an open case or if they rolled it in an accident.
Probably cold case.
Well,
at
that's it.
this
They probably
point,
put it on
but
the
yeah.
cold case marker, and if something pops up.
I know the autopsy was listed as accidental.
Accidental, yeah.
I'm gonna just throw this out there, like
Yeah.
I'm the LAPD. It was probably that bitch Carol Baskin.
See, you know what? I know that you only watch Tiger King.
Oh, yeah.
You only watch Tiger King.
I did watch it.
Nothing else.
He
You
throws
watch
that.
Tiger
He throws
King.
that in true crime as well.
Oh,
that
God.
bitch Carol Baskin.
Jesus Christ. And this is what we bring to the table for you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Josh. So we do record these on our brew days, and we right now actually do have some great things on tap here at the Jojatorium. Adam, if you give a rundown of what's on your tap right now for the listeners.
Because I can see the tap list, so this will be easy. We have a little bit of the bubbly. It's an 8.4 Bellini Brut Ale. We have Every Time I Chai, which is a 7.2% chai tea stout. We have the War on the Shore. It's a Dark and Stormy clone, which Josh was drinking earlier. Or not Dark and Stormy clone, Dark and Stormy inspired stout. That's coming in at 7.8%. And then we have our biggest stout ever made, Crushed by the Fists of God. It's flying out of the tap room right now. It's a smoked Russian Imperial stout coming in at 11% even. So that's what we got on tap.
Wonderful. And then today we are going to brew up something new. Just so you know, we're still in stout season. So we're going to be making some more stouts for you.
Except for making a porter.
Except it's a porter.
We're making a porter today.
It's close enough, though.
Porter season.
Porter.
Going back to Matt's air horn, though, we do have a peanut butter stout in the tanks.
See,
That will be hitting the taps probably by next weekend.
Yes.
I mean, by the time you're hearing this, probably the upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
So we do have that, and then yes, we are doing a mocha porter today with coffee and chocolate.
Which we should note as well, if you've been a fan of our brewery, you may have had this already. We do go back to some recipes and bang them back out to make them even better than they were before. So we do have some award-winning brews that are coming out to you in the next couple months. And we are looking forward to seeing all of your faces out there whenever we can get back into the competition scene. The Pandy really stopped us from doing what we do best, and that's bringing home championships. So leading into that, 5 times.
Yeah, and a fun fact, actually, this is the first repeat recipe we are doing in 2021.
Yeah.
Everything else we've brewed this year so far has been new.
Brand new.
We're not putting something new out today, huh?
We're brewing something new today.
It's brewing it new, but we already know that we're gonna melt faces.
I mean, it is the first time brewing this recipe on the.
It's also my first time.
The newer
doing it,
bash
so
brew system.
We'll count it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Josh, I love that you're here and you helped me out with reminding me that it's a porter, not a stout.
If he didn't, I was going to.
Yeah,
Tag team.
back again. So I also want to throw out to you guys. So we are doing this for you and to bring some light to what we're doing here in the brewery. So if you want to get at us and ask us any questions, you can ask a brewer, ask a beer dad, or you can pick Josh's brain for some betting tips because he is fucking killing it right now. You can email us at decayingwtb@gmail.com. That's DACAYINWTB@gmail.com. Or hit us up on our Instagram at decayingwtb. That's DECAYINWTB. Catch us on Untapped at Bash Brew, all one word, or check out our brewery Instagram at bash_brew. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed it, and we hope we can bring you more.
And by Josh killing it, Matt means his credit score.
Look, I'm still playing with house money. All right.
Yeah, and you're losing shit to the house money.
You're losing all the money you were going to spend on a house.
I just want my dog.
We all want your dog.